How's it going, guys? My name is Stone and welcome to these reviews. Today I'm going to be talking about a band that a certain subscriber of mine has been asking for, or for me to talk about them for some time, which is Jefferson Airplane, which of course I was going to get around to. They're definitely one of the most influential, most well-known psych bands from the 60s, especially from the psychedelic scene, or sorry, San Francisco scene. And the subscriber is Trannon Goble, and I've been a big fan of his for some time. I've always loved watching his ranking videos, and I'll put a link in his channel for you to check out if you're interested. But yeah, I was torn between Surrealistic Pillow and this record, I ended up going with this one just because I feel that this record does not get as much talk as Surrealistic Pillow does. And out of the two, I do prefer Surrealistic Pillow more, but at the end of the day, Crown of Creation is up there with some of their best work. I mean, I feel like they really left a trail of great albums from, in particular, not saying others are bad, but like from Jefferson Airplane Takes Off to Volunteers, it's just great music. Like it's hard to find any bad songs in that part of their catalog. And yeah, I absolutely love this record. I feel like it's much darker and really reflects what was going on in 1968 after the Summer of Love had ended. I feel like a lot of other bands too that maybe I've mentioned before, or at least a lot of psych bands in general, around 68, they really, some at least, really turned off those sunshine pop elements in their psych and really got more, I guess, gritty and more realistic, which I like. And Jefferson Airplane are definitely not different from that. They are very politically aware, and I love the lyrical content on this album as much as their performances. And yeah, this record, it's just fantastic. I'll get into the track listing. One of my favorites already is the opener, which is probably the most psychedelic song on the album. And yeah, when I first heard it, I was immediately grabbed by it just by how crazy it was and out there. And that song is Lather, which I love the use of sound effects that go along with the lyrics. I feel like it really adds a story. Yeah, a very weird story too about a guy turning 30. I guess he wants to still be a kid or a baby, which I like. I don't know, it's different and it's kind of funny. It's intriguing. Definitely one of the many songs I like to play in front of people on guitar because it throws them off. But yeah, it's another great track. It sucks that it's, in my opinion, it's a shame that it's the most psychedelic already. It begins with it, but the rest of this stuff is still great Jefferson Airplane material. And I will also say that Lather is up there, in my opinion, with White Rabbit as some of their best songs. White Rabbit, Plastic Fantastic Lover, and others. And then the next one, In Time, is another acoustic-led song, which has some great. I want to say it's Marty's vocals, but I'm not sure. If you know who sings the lead vocals on the song, let me know in the comments. But either way, I love the vocals, and I love how the acoustic guitars back them. And like many of these tracks on this record, there's so many great harmonies between Marty and Grace. And I absolutely love, this on this part of the song too, when it really picks up. One thing I'll also add on this record is I love how slow it is in the beginning, how it's, I guess, softer, and then as the record keeps going, it picks up in energy till you get the closer, which I'll get into in a moment. But yeah, In Time, another great track, another acoustic one, and it's followed by another acoustic track, or acoustic led. Triad, which is most notably known for being a song that David Crosby wrote for the Byrds, I think around the Notorious Byrd Brothers album. And I guess the Byrds did not want to use it because they thought it was a little too risky talking about a three-way. But Grace was up for the challenge. And I'd say out of the two versions of the song, between the Byrds and Jefferson Airplane, Grace's vocals are so much better. Not to say anything bad about the other one, because I actually like the Byrds version too. It's more like a Byrds song, but I'd say Grace just really owns on this song, and I'd say that is probably my favorite lead vocal on this album by her. So yeah, just another great acoustic song. I love the first three. They're like, that's just a trifecta of great Jefferson Airplane songs in terms of creating such a mellow, dark mood, or I guess trippy psychedelic atmosphere, which obviously I love. This followed up with another song that is, I'd say, it really defines acid rock, and just like a great example of it, and that being Star Trek. I absolutely love the rhythm of both the guitar and the vocals. It's just so catchy, and it makes me want to move as if I'm like listening to it. And I love the trippy guitar solo that really, like I said, adds to that acid rock character. And yeah, it's just another great song. Obviously, Jefferson Airplane, if you're listening to these first four songs, by now you know they're pretty great at creating just some great psychedelic rock. And then this is followed by probably my favorite Marty vocal out of their entire discography. That is Share a Little Joke. And man, it is just absolutely breathtaking hearing him sing. Or the way he belts out some of the lines. My favorite is the final one, or one of the final lines in a verse or so. What is it? Sorry, what does he say? Sorry, it's hard hearing, like, I like having the background music on, but it'd be hard thinking of other parts of songs. But no, your heart's never been satisfied. That one final line is just, the way he sings it is just so like, wow. It really took me away when I first heard it. And I just love how much effort he puts into it. It's just another beautiful song, and as the last track on side one, it really works as a great closer. Now, I don't want to say unfortunately, but the last song on side one is this little interlude called Cheshinggura, if I'm saying that correctly, and it's like a little interlude just to close out the record, or the first side, and I love how it's like electronic rock, in a sense, even though that wasn't even a thing yet, but there's just like this high-pitched noise that starts it, and it goes all the way throughout the end of the song that just totally kills it for me. Whenever I'm listening to it on a record, I have to like turn it halfway down because it hurts my ears and gives me a headache. And like if that part wasn't in the song, I'd be enjoying it much more, because I do think there's some great like stuff going on in that track, but man, it's just that part kills it for me. Side 2 opens with like I said, side 2 begins to have more of a rock character on these songs, very little acoustics, or at least no soft moments like the first side, so you're really thrown into this record when you start side 2. Especially with the first 3 songs being really catchy and just really powerful. The first being If You Feel, which has another great Marty vocal, and I just love how more upbeat it is than anything else on this track, or anything else on this record, in my opinion. And then Crown of Creation is another song that is definitely one of my favorites from this record. It just has such a powerful vocal by Grace, and of course Marty as well. They just are perfect together when they really give it their all singing. And Crown of Creation, the title track, obviously, it's just such a powerful song, and I love how it goes so silent towards the end. Like, it has a very interesting progression throughout its time, like where it starts off so heavy, and then at the end it's just them singing alone, isolated, no other instruments. It's just for me, even now, like I haven't heard a lot of other bands do that before, and it's still very innovative, in my opinion. Ice Cream Phoenix, another great catchy track. I absolutely love how bouncy it is. And like I said, another great Grace vocal, though it's not as creepy as everything else we've heard, or at least maybe as menacing as she can be. It's just very fun and, like I said, bouncy, which I say is the best, I don't know, for all these songs, the best adjective to use. And then Greasy Heart, now while I do enjoy the playing on it, I find the vocal melody to be not the greatest, and I feel like, though the lyrics are very interesting, there's some lines out there, it's like, what do you say, he wants to sell his, we were just listening to it, I didn't even think about it, but, dang, I can't, he says, he wants to sell his paintings, but the market's too slow. Maybe I should have looked up maybe more behind the lyrics besides, like, Triad, but there's definitely a lot of, maybe some sarcasm going on there, much like Steely Dan, maybe, who knows. But, like I said, the vocal melody isn't amazing. I feel like it can be a little overreaching in the sense that it's just like, not to say it goes on for too long, but maybe just a little. but I still enjoy it. I don't think it's anything bad, especially as bad as like Cheshinggura. And then the next song, House of Pune Corner, or the final track, it really encompasses the album artwork in the sense that it's such an explosive ending, and it's just I love how like I said, it leads the listener from this journey into almost like these misty forests, you could say, the first three songs, and then it picks up a little energy until you get to the final track where it just completely explodes like a nuclear bomb, perhaps. And it's just, for me though, I do like what they're trying to do here, but part of me does feel like the song continues a little longer than it should. I know, just listening to the lyrics, maybe they do have a political message in there they're trying to get out, but for me, I just, like I said, maybe a little overreaching like Greasy Heart. But nevertheless, I do think it's a great closer, as I've already mentioned, and really adds to the loose concept of the album, you could say. But even the playing too, like hearing it now, it's just so menacing and powerful, and definitely, though I do have some complaints about it, I do think it's one of their best constructed songs as well, much like Crown of Creation or Lather. And yeah, that's the entire record. There was another song on the deluxe version that never came out called Share a Little Joke. I think that song should have been placed with Cheshinggura. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. My favorite three songs have to be Lather, Share a Little Joke, and Crown of Creation. I feel like if I had to pick three, it would be those. But there's a lot of great ones like Triad, In Time. Like most of this record is just filled with gems, so I highly recommend it if you haven't heard it.